Hi, everybody. Joe Reinecker here. Welcome to this week's edition of Resource Central. Our guest today is Beverly Read, who is trying to help a friend who is in need of help to get to the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota. Beverly, welcome to this week's edition of Resource Central.
Well, hello, Joe, and thank you so much for doing this and inviting us to get the word out about Christina and her needs.
We're happy to do it. Talk to us a little bit about Christina.
I am a retired school teacher from Jayhawk-Linn in Mound City, Kansas, and Christina used to be my student, Christina and her brother, Stephen. And I always admired those two kids because they, along with Skill Resource Center, helped take care of Christina's mom, who was in a wheelchair with MS, and those kids would bring her to the games, pushing her wheelchair. And I just always admired those kids because I knew they had a heavy load there.
Sure.
And she died, the mother died shortly after Christina graduated. And so now Christina is ill and at the age of 33 and has been accepted by Mayo Clinic if we can get her there for life-saving treatment.
Does her mother's disease have anything to do with Christina's ailment?
No. Christina has cirrhosis of the liver, non-alcoholic, and she could be put on a transplant list if she has some medical issues addressed. And Mayo Clinic is willing to take her and deal with that to help get on a transplant list where local agencies aren't willing to take the risk. So it's really her very last hope is to go to Mayo Clinic.
What are those medical issues?
She needs to have her gallbladder taken out. She has several stones in that, and she needs her spleen taken out. Those are high risk to take out both of them, but they say that her liver will receive a lot more blood supply if that is done, and that should help her get healthy enough for the transplant.
To that end, what are we doing as a public to try to help Christina at this point?
As many people, young people, she's 33 and has 3 young daughters and her husband, to go to a place for 2 weeks, it'd be like a vacation to some, but those expenses will be pretty, will mount right up, and most people don't have that cash on hand to do that, but she needs to be able to pay for everything when they go. And so we're having these fundraisers to help her get the travel expense, the copay expense when she gets there.
Let's talk about them. What specifically are they, the events?
We have 2 raffles, and the first raffle are 30 homemade family frozen dinners inside of a 6.9 cubic foot freezer. And they're cooked by some of the finest cooks we have in Linn County and Bourbon County. That's the first place in that raffle. And second place in that raffle is a 43-inch sharp, ultra high definition LED smart flat screen TV, valued at $550.
How much are the tickets for? Go ahead. How much are the tickets for the raffle, and how do we get in touch with the people that are offering these items?
Okay. The tickets are $5 a ticket, or 5 tickets for $20.
Okay. And
they would call me, Beverly Read, in Mound City, Kansas, at 913-795-2508, 913-795-2508. And we have another fundraiser.
Okay.
Eric's Detailing, Janet and Eric Clevino and Pleasanton have donated a spray-in bed liner valued at $800 that can be applied to truck beds, boats, ramps, etc. And we are having a raffle for that with the same price on the tickets.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very nice donation.
Sure. Tell me as well as you can what a typical day is like for Christina.
Christina is getting assistance now with the help of Skill Resource Center in-home health care to help her with bathing, some house cleaning, and one meal preparation for her family.
Mm-hmm.
She right now isn't doing very well. Her diet has to be very strict because with the cirrhosis of the liver, you can only digest certain foods or else they just don't stay down. So
yeah, sure.
She's on a very rigid diet. She has HE, which is Hepatic Encephalopathy, which happens when her liver isn't functioning correctly. She has an ammonia that causes confusion.
Wow.
So, and it causes her to sleep a lot and also affects her balance. And you know, Joe, when I found out about this, I didn't realize that even babies can get cirrhosis of the liver. I did not know the commonness of this.
I was amazed by it. I was amazed by it when you first told me about it, knowing that there was a possibility of it being non-alcoholic. So this is unbelievable to me. And
she has been sick for about 11 years, and it was just diagnosed a year ago. They found out what the problem was. And that, I read, is also not uncommon, that it's difficult to find out that it's the liver until it gets pretty advanced.
Does Christina live in Mound City?
She lives in Pleasanton, Kansas, which is real close to Mound City.
Sure. So I was wondering how the two. Originally, I was wondering how the two of you got together.
Right.
When are you having? Or is the raffle now, and the dance maybe later, or just out?
The first raffle with the dinners and TV goes until June 5th. The second raffle with the spray and bed liner goes until June 12th.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll be traveling to Mayo shortly after that.
Yeah. And when is the dance supposed to be?
I'm sorry, I don't have that date written down, and it takes a while to look that up. But it's a local dance. It's going to be in Pleasanton with a DJ and snacks. But I'm sorry, I don't have the date, but I'll have it if anyone calls. And
do you know where it's going to be held?
Yes, it's going to be in the basement of at the bank in Pleasanton, Labette Bank.
Okay. What if people can't go to the dance or participate in the raffle but want to donate anyway? How does that work?
That would be wonderful, and the money can be sent directly to the bank, F&M Bank, Box A, Mound City, Kansas, to Christina's Hope. And they will receive a tax-deductible receipt for their donation.
Is there anything else that we need to talk about with this, or anything I missed?
I just want people to know that this is a family in need, that resources are slim, and this is her only hope to get there. And if everyone does a little, it will meet the mark, and her hope will be fulfilled. It's her last chance.
If she's able to get there, is there any timetable for her recovery?
Well, as soon as they, as long as the surgery goes on and they can do the preliminaries, I think it will just be as soon as all of her vital signs are stable enough, then she'll have the transplant.
Okay. Andy, how are we doing on time?
It's about that time, buddy.
Okay. Thanks to Beverly Read for being on this week's edition of Resource Central. Joe Reinecker here. Have a good day, everybody.